What's good, everybody? I'm back with another Feybreak video for Palworld. In today's video, I want to teach you how to get a bunch of Chromite. And that's going to be very important for you to be able to make all the endgame items like the advanced shield, the lightweight hexalite armor, everything. So without further ado, let's go ahead and lock in. There's 3 different ways to do it. The first strat is going to be the fastest. If you found this video helpful, I would greatly appreciate it if you smash the like button for me. So without further ado, let's go ahead and lock in. You're going to have to go over to a certain part of the map, first of all, and that's going to be right over here. This is the Deserted Ash Plateau. Now, just before you go over to the Deserted Ash Plateau, jump into your settings tab, go down to meteorites and supply drops, and I want you to switch that all the way over to about a 1 or 2 interval. With that being said, you're going to get these extremely fast. 2 is a really great number. 1 is a little bit chaotic, if I do say so myself, but it's completely up to you however you choose to set it up. Once you have everything set up in your settings tab, save it and then jump right over into this part of the world. Once again, we're sitting in the Deserted Ash Plateau on the very western side of the brand new Feybreak Island. All right, now that you know where we are, go ahead and whip out your favorite pal and move forward a little bit. There's going to be some pals in this area that are going to try to kill you, as well as possibly a supply drop already down on the ground. For me, it wasn't a supply drop, it's going to be a meteor. I'm going to go ahead and destroy this meteor so we can get the next supply drop to come in. Right after you destroy that, you should have a supply drop coming in right there. Now, like I said before, there's going to be a bunch of pals in this area that are going to be trying to kill you, and they are extremely powerful. So you really have to be careful. All right, our supply drop is here. Now, when the supply drop drops in, there's going to be 2 enemies in the front and 1 enemy in the back. The enemy in the back has a rocket launcher, so be ready for that. I'll go ahead and whip out Frost Stallion so I can get some help, and let's go to work. There we go. Hold up. Let me go ahead and do some of that. Yeah. All right. Now that we took care of him, you can jump straight into the box and boom, there's going to be your Chromite. As long as you have this set to 1 to 2 intervals, you're going to constantly get this Chromite supply box or meteors to drop over and over and over. All of these other items, you can just go ahead and save, or you can sell them to a vendor so you can get some money. And that's going to be the fastest way to get Chromite in the game. I mean, you literally farm this stuff up in an instant. Okay, for our next location, we're going to start off right here. This is the Scorched Ashland. From the Scorched Ashland, we're going to travel straight south right over here to this area. Hopefully, this will be one of the caverns or dungeons available for you. If not, I'll take you to a couple of other areas in the neighborhood so that we can try to get you into a dungeon. Now, just before you go into said dungeon, you're going to need an item, and that's going to be the metal detector. The metal detector is going to be a level 56 item. You're going to need pal steel, palladium fragments, circuit boards, and night star sand. Night star sand is going to be a special item that you can farm all over the beach area right here in Feybreak during the nighttime. It's just scattered all over the place. It's glowing, so you can't miss it. Now, when it comes to pal steel, if you're struggling to get crude oil, don't worry, I got a guide right here. Go ahead and check that out. Farm up all the crude oil you ever needed in your life, and then come right back over to this one. No matter how you go about doing it, make sure you bring in a metal detector so we can go into the dungeon and get started with the next part of this farm. So I'm going to go ahead and whip out my favorite, and then we're going to go straight south. Of course, we're hungry in the video. Never fails. Now, since we're going into a dungeon, you may want some of the special items that we're going to find in here. So I would definitely empty out your inventory before you head in. And be careful, because a lot of the enemies in this area can probably 1 to 2 shot you if you're not a high enough level. So let's just keep it safe. Now, those glowing, beautiful rainbow-like ores that you see all over the place, those are going to be hexalite quartz. You're going to need that as well in order to make the final product. So make sure that you farm that up whenever you have time. We're coming up onto our cave entrance. It should be right past this little pal right here. We'll go ahead and jump up and across. And there it is. Just in front of us is going to be the entrance to the dungeon that we're looking for. All right, now that you're inside the dungeon, let's go ahead and get things started. You're going to whip out your metal detector. Go ahead and put it in any slot that you like. When you get close enough to Chromite, it's going to automatically pop up. So you'll see what happens when we get close enough to finding it. Okay, when you head inside of this dungeon, there's two things you want to do. First of all, you're going to want to hunt this thing right here. This is a Smokie. Now, when you hunt these Smokies, you're going to want to catch one. Catching it is going to give you a little bit of Chromite, about 3 to be exact. And after you pick up a couple of Chromite from him, you're also going to be able to farm Chromite using him after you build his saddle. So if you jump over into your technology tree, he's going to be right here at level 56. So with Smokie's harness, you're going to be able to activate its partner skill to detect the locations of nearby Chromite. So he can do the exact same thing as the metal detector, which is pretty awesome. I'll show you that towards the end of this video. But for now, we're going to whip out our metal detector after grabbing all the boxes and stuff in the area, and make sure you grab this right here so you can make hexalite. Be careful, because as you head deeper inside, there are going to be a whole bunch of extremely aggressive pals in here, and they will light you up. All right, now that the coast is clear, we'll go ahead and hop down. All right, so as you can see, it's as simple as that. As soon as you get close enough to the Chromite, it's just gonna pop up just like this. When it starts pulsing crazy like that, go ahead and mine it. And there you have it. That's gonna be the second way that you're able to get Chromite in the game. All right, guys, it's finally time for us to talk about the final way that you can get Chromite in the game. With that being said, you're going to need Smokie. The Smokie that we caught earlier is going to be amazing. Every time you kill a Smokie, you'll get 3 Chromite. But if you catch a Smokie, then you'll be able to harness his saddle once you get to level 56. Get to 56, get a bunch of tech points so that you can go ahead and buy this skill. And then you're going to need leather, fiber, dark fragments, and palladium fragments. Dark fragments are scattered all over the place in the Feybreak area, so just run around for a little bit and you'll be able to pick those up very easily. But once you have enough of those, go ahead and make the saddle, and then he'll be able to do exactly what the metal detector can do. Once you summon him out, he'll fight alongside you, and if you push the special skill, he'll go ahead and pulse for you, just like that. And if you're close enough to Chromite, he'll be able to show you where it is. It's pretty awesome. So you don't have to take up an inventory slot, you don't have to have it in one of your weapon slots, and you can just use a pretty amazing pal that looks awfully cute right alongside you to get everything that you need for the Feybreak update. If you like what I do here in the channel, make sure you smash the like button and sub so that you don't miss out on any more tips, tricks, guides, and everything else you need for Palworld and all of your favorite games. This is your boy MSensei HD, but for now though, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here.